Here's a thought. I'm in my 70s and I'm watching YouTube. So might you. You're watching this, right? Hi, I'm Denise and welcome to Travels in My Chair. Today, what we're going to do is we're going to discuss whether or not you could start a YouTube channel when you're in your 70s. The answer? Of course you can. I'll share a few tips I've gleaned from my 1-year journey on my tiny little channel to maybe make your journey less bumpy. I'm finding more and more that I'm turning to YouTube, whether it is to learn something or just to be entertained. Do you have something you want to say, something you want to share, something you want to learn? You have a need to be creative? You can do something about that, and here's how. There's lots of YouTube videos on how to sign up and get started on YouTube. I unfortunately wasted a whole year worrying about everything. Would I look okay in front of a camera? And even if I did, what kind of camera would I even buy? You will look just fine. You could record on your smartphone, but I ended up purchasing 2 great cameras. My vlogging camera is a Canon M50 EOS. I purchased this camera because it has an external mic jack, and I could buy my Rhodes mic that is attached to the camera, which makes the sound better. Good audio is really important. I also have a Canon PowerShot SX740 with a 40x zoom. I use this camera primarily for all my still shots, but I also shoot videos with it when I'm traveling around on my scooter because it's small and fits into my pocket. You might need a tripod also, just for some stability. You'll need an editing program, and you'll need a lot of patience. And once you've figured out how to use all your fun new equipment by, guess what, watching tutorials on YouTube, you're ready to get started. You need good light, because remember, we want to be able to see you and we want to be able to hear you. Be you, only a better version. That's one of the hardest things I've had to deal with, is trying to be more animated than I would normally be when I'm talking to myself. But the more you practice, the better you'll get. I promise. Be ready to change with the times. Last year when I was starting, we were told to make a video no less than 8 minutes and try to make it 10 to 12 minutes so that the algorithms could pick up properly. This year, less than a year on, we're told cut out all the fluff, make a video that says what you want to say. If it takes 2 minutes, so be it. If it takes 4 minutes, so be it. So as long as you're keeping your audience entertained, then make the video as long as it needs to be. It used to be also that you had to super niche down on a subject. While it's true that you should stick to one subject per video, it makes it a lot easier for people to follow along. I think you have to be prepared to switch gears. As an example, when I started my channel last year, it was all going to be about traveling in our wheelchair accessible motorhome, but the pandemic came and all of a sudden my traveling days were over. So here's the other thing I want to talk about. You have to have patience. There are millions and millions of new videos posted every week on YouTube, and it's really easy to get lost in that shuffle. You might get discouraged because you'll say, oh, I only had 10 views, or I've only got 20 subscribers. It's a slow climb. There's not very many that have been able to post a video and have it go viral. At the start of your video, at the beginning, talk maybe 15 seconds about what the video is going to be about. And that way your viewers can decide whether they're going to stick with you or not. The other thing that's really important is the thumbnail picture. It's a little picture that shows up on the YouTube screens as you're cruising along looking for what you want to watch. And that thumbnail picture is what people will look at and make their decision whether they're going to tune into your channel. So take some time on that picture. It's important, as is your description. That's what YouTube reads to decide whether they're going to push you forward. I like good music. Always have, and I like it on my videos. I use a platform called Soundstripe Music. You can always use Epidemic, which is lovely. YouTube has a great audio library too. Just whatever you like to use. However, please don't blast it out at 100% of your volume. Just the volume down so that it doesn't blare at people. And also cater your music to your video. Like if you're doing you walking on the beach slowly gathering sea glass, you don't want hip-hop blasting in the background. So now you're going to ask, I know it, I can feel it coming. How the heck do I adjust the volume on my videos? Good question. You get an editing program. Editing. Hardest thing I've ever had to do since giving birth. Honest. If I have to recommend something, I'd recommend you getting a simple editing program. The terminology they're going to use is going to swirl around in your head. And unless you have a grandchild that's willing to come over and help you, then you're going to have to figure it out yourself. So what you do is you turn to YouTube. I would suggest tuning in to someone who teaches you like you want to learn. I found someone who talked very slowly and repeated, and I found that by just playing that video a few times, I finally got editing. And now it's my very best thing that I do when I'm doing a video. Be kind to yourself and be kind to your viewers. Share the journey with them, whether you have 10 viewers or 1,000 viewers. It may take time before you hit on a subject and a video that will take, and you'll hit the ball right out of the park. But don't copy the big guys. They've been doing it for a long time. You can learn from them for sure. I make a video every 2 weeks. Whether you do one a week or two a week, it doesn't matter. So be consistent on the days that you're posting. Think about what you can share with the wisdom of your years. And remember, just because you have gray hair doesn't mean you're insignificant, because you're not. 70 is just a number, and more now than ever before, we are being heard because we have something to say and something to share. Thanks for joining me today, and thank you so much for sticking with me. If you haven't subscribed already, please consider doing so. That really helps. And if you like the video, give it a thumbs up and share if you wish. Remember, just be you, because you're a wonderful person. Bye for now.